I would like to start off by thanking you again for carving this podium out of a solid piece of wood. It's beautiful. Um, I'm here to help answer a question that advertisers and businesses spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year trying to answer, which is how can we target? There you go. How can you target at mass scale, but also with pinpoint accuracy? So I'm also here to present our custom platform to help do this. Alhan alluded to earlier, but before diving in there, we'll do a brief history on marketing. So to begin, there are technological breakthroughs over time that have. Oh, that might help. It looks big on the laptop. Okay. So, technological breakthroughs over time have led to advances in both mass marketing, as well as targeted marketing. So, the first technological breakthrough was yelling. We had Paul Revere, the CMO of the colonies, running around spreading the word through yelling. The technology here was vocal cords. Um, Highly cost effective, but also limited both in reach and also targeted messaging. Moving on, there's radio. Similar issue. You can broadcast to a large audience, but you're hoping that 50% of your audience is actually interested in your product and that maybe another 50% of that audience is actually listening at the time of your commercial. It's a picture of me. Then we've got more targeted marketing that isn't as scalable in terms of mass appeal. So we've got telemarketing, which utilizes the telephone to call people at home, and shoes, which led to door-to-door salesmen. So without shoes, that would have been a much more difficult job, more painful, and also it's not scalable. You have to create lots of different kinds of shoes. People wear different sizes, and more importantly, you can't really spread the word quickly if you're going door to door to help people out. The two biggest breakthroughs historically have been in print with the printing press. So not only could you market in mass by overproducing tons of spam, right? So you can distribute it to people, hope they're interested, or you can get a more direct targeted approach and do direct mail marketing spam. But something that's still around, and actually a good segue is that this was the first year that online media passed print in terms of revenue. So definite trend in terms of what I'm getting to. Television. This is still the most effective form of marketing. Anything that I do online is still predicated off the intent that's based off of offline advertising. Television is still the driver of intent and sales. What we do is to complement that and couple that effort. The biggest breakthrough to date is the internet, and more importantly, Google. So Google changed the entire landscape. They're not only tapped in around the world so we can target at scale, but they also have the ability to target at a pretty granular level. What I'm here to talk about is our platform that'll get you past where Google was. So Google is limited to their search engine. Anytime somebody does a search, it is still the greatest marketing product to date, but you're hoping that you have the top position organically, and you'll get a 50% click-through rate at best, and top position for paid 5%. So we're looking at the ideal scenario leading to 50, 60% of the audience actually seeing your message. So our platform, which I will introduce now, looks like this robot, but is actually called Pinpoint Display. So the platform is predicated off of multiple targeting points. We not only can take search data that comes directly from major search engines, but we can match that up with demographic information. So talking about the limit in terms of Google, if we want to get past that 55% of people who have intent, who we can target based off the fact that they want our product. If we're not hitting them, if we're not in the top position, which is ideal, then we're missing the opportunity. So not only are we going past the search results pages, but we're able to target people based on their intent as they browse around the web. It's a product known as search retargeting, but it goes a bit deeper than that. Our platform has reach, has capabilities that are far greater than anything to date. I'll go through how it works, how we're going past search, cost, which is much, much less expensive than search, as well as how it's customizable and where the industry is going as a whole. In terms of reach, the way our platform works is it's tied into an ad network, which is tied into other ad networks. Basically, every website on the web that serves ads is tied into an ad network. So traditionally, websites would sell that ad real estate at a fixed cost per 1,000 impression. It's highly unscalable. You have no clue who's actually seeing your ads. And similar to print and broadcast and radio, you're hoping that your target demographics on the website you chose, you hope they're reading something valuable and that your ad is leading them to the right place. So not only do we have a reach that far exceeds Google's display network, as they're partners of ours. Facebook, we are one of the few platforms that's actually trading on the Facebook ad exchange, which is new as of a month or two ago. So there's inventory in great amounts that we can tap into and make sure that we're hitting people throughout the entire sales process. In terms of capabilities, this nice upside down pyramid without a tip just shows basically the funnel for intent-based targeting and its effectiveness. So search marketing is still far and away going to be the leader in ROI. Our business grew solely based off of a lot of the work Alhan did. We get 80-90% of our leads through organic search. It's still the number one. But right behind that is keyword search retargeting, which is the main focus of our platform. So taking search intent, which is marketing dynamite, and following people past the point of the search results pages where you can actually brand your business. You're not just a blue link on Google anymore. You can show what your business looks like, show if you have a restaurant, show what it looks like. It's not just a blue link. You don't have 130, 170 characters of text to hope to get somebody. Moving up a level, there's category targeting. So if we know users are searching for website design, but they are also interested in BMWs. I love BMWs. Then if we identify over time that this demographic, this user base is the ideal user for us, we can not only take the search results, but we can whittle it down further. So we're not just limited to their search intent, but we're also saying, okay, if these people are interested in fine German automobiles, they're great. Then we're going to serve ads to those users because they're going to give us a higher ROI. And then demographic targeting. So not only can we then say, I want people who like website design and BMWs, I want people who are interested in those two things, who are 45 years old, living in Manhattan, and make above $150,000 a year, right? So we're able to get to a level of granularity that Google can even touch. On Google, we look at a keyword. We don't know what age group searching that keyword. We have no clue if they have money, if they're 10 years old and they can't purchase our product and we're wasting money on clicks. With this, we can basically get to the level where we're not wasting money on anything. How it works, our platform builds profiles on every user on the web. So Alhan in his speech alluded to knowing what somebody searched prior to the search that leads to a purchase. Our platform works on that method. So not only do we know the search that's most important, we know the ones that happen before and after. We know what websites they're visiting. We know how old they are, what they're doing, and basically can target a user as opposed to a broad base. This isn't television. We're not hoping that we're targeting our users. We are targeting our users. In terms of traditional display, how this changes the game, you hope if you go to CNN, you buy ad on their homepage, you're going to pay through the nose because you went directly through them. But on top of that, you're hoping that your users are there. I can choose to target CNN and choose to target the people who I know are most important in my business going to CNN. So these are all alterations, optimizations that can be made over time to help continuously improve not only brand awareness for your product, but the return on investment that you're getting. Moving past search, I alluded to this earlier. This company, Zazzle, it's actually my own, ranks first in paid and first organically for the word iPhone cases. It's great. They are paying through the nose. They're paying 80, where is it? Where did it get there? Nope, I'll go back. 80 cents a click on over 3 million searches for the word iPhone cases. How many of those people are actually interested in buying iPhone cases? How many of them have credit cards to buy iPhone cases online? How many of them are actually legal? I don't know. I don't know. I can't measure that. But the point is that this is up until now, this was the level we can get to. We can say this keyword's valuable. This is what we want to target, and in the most ideal of scenarios, we'll get 60% of people. Oops, no. Moving past in terms of costs in comparison to search and traditional display, it's all, our platform works on an auction basis. So we're tapped into these ad networks. We're bidding against thousands of other websites who are all interested in the placements we are, the demographics we're interested in. But if we're able to bid in real time, which we are, we can say that I know that at 8:05 a.m. on CNN, this user is most likely to help my business out. I can outbid everybody else. Similar to how Google was. So a lot of the issue with Google, not that there's a lot of issues with Google, but one of them is that it was the Wild West. You could start a business on Google, you can build it based off of the intent that's there, and it wasn't very expensive because big brands hadn't adopted yet. Now we're at the point where bigger brands can simply outbid you. Insurance is an industry. I think we worked with somebody who said their margin on an auto insurance policy was around $50. It was $35 per click for paid search, which means that if we were at 66% conversion rate, we were breaking even. Impossible. So knowing that the cost to advertise on Google is very expensive, very competitive, this leverages the search data that is expensive, that people are paying a premium for, and putting it into a marketplace where there's a ton of inventory and not a lot of people bidding, and we can position our business where it should have been on Google throughout the web. So, you know, they don't have to be on Google. We know what they're interested in. We'll hit them throughout the sales cycle and we'll learn. So if we see that a certain demographic is always purchasing, we can optimize our platform and our campaign to target just those users as they're going around the web. So it's very automated, it's highly scalable, but also insanely targeted at a level that has not existed before. And customized display. So in relation to typical display or anyone who's doing anything past that. So retargeting is great. It has a very, very high ROI, high conversion rate. But typical retargeting, you're hoping that the user comes to your site. This retargets users based on their intent that they would have used to get to your site without having ever seen our site. We don't have to spend a penny on paid search if we are able to target people effectively without blowing through money. Compared to typical display, there's no fixed CPMs. It's completely transparent. We're bidding. So if you come to us and you say, I just want visitors to come to my site at 20 cents a piece because that's the level I'm profitable at, that's where we're measuring things, we just won't bid higher than that. We will not lose money because we will not be stuck to a price that's dictated on somebody in an office who says the top banner on CNN is worth $40 for every 1,000 impressions. Target users at the right site and offer value, don't seek value. By that, I'm saying by following people around, we can offer them the value as opposed to doing a direct ad buy where we're telling them what they should be looking for. So I think that's about it.